Alright guys, these are the two pulleys that were in here I took out. We're working on the husqvarna. Okay. So here's the one pulley. You see that stuff there? That's not dirt. In fact, it worked its way over to here too. All the way to the bearing. Just total meltdown. You see that? Look at all the way down to the bearing. That's crazy. So that's why she was squealing like a pig. It's weird too, because I mean, it ain't great by any means, but it does spin. So I don't know. I suppose it just got a wore flat spot in it and just kept working at it because it didn't spin. You know, junk, complete junk. This one, if you can tell, it's really wore down in that spot. Again, this one's not great either. It's not horrible, but it ain't great. It's just really wore down. Probably be just fine if it was metal. I don't know why. Why would they feel the need to put plastic idler pulleys in here? I've even seen them use plastic ones on mowing decks. I don't get it. Why? They're absolute garbage. Look at the melted plastic there. It went all the way to the pulley. I took the belt out of the parts machine and got it in here. I tried filming it and it just wasn't working out. Let me pause you a second. Alright, so what you want to do is, when you're under here, start right there and put the belt over the fan and make sure you get it. It's hard to do, but there's like some pieces that are bent up here. They're your belt keepers, one on each side here. Make sure it's in there, and it's, you know, you can put your hand all the way back and make sure that it's all the way on the pulley. And then let me try to adjust the light here. Then you want to go under here with your belt and in the cage here and make sure your belt's in there. Okay? And then having a hell of a time under here. Anyway, so when you're putting your belt on, have the clutch all the way in and leave these loose. Loosen these up so you can fit the belt around these two keepers. Well, sorry, around these two keepers here. Okay, so that's why I leave them loose, so you can get the belt in there. This one has this one, which is has a piece that's kind of bent and kind of holds itself on the other side of this, and you got to make sure that that's in there. So you guys can see your belt comes around here. That's the flat side, and then the V goes in here and up to your engine pulley, which is almost falling off, I think. Anyway, so then there's that. Let me pause you again. Okay, this is the hood off the parts machine and the grill and all that. I mean, look at what nice shape this is in. I don't know if you can see the color difference there. It's just amazing. So, only thing I don't like about using this hood is it says 1842, which the 18's fine, but it's a 48-inch deck. So is that going to matter to the person? I don't know. But this one looks so much better. I know you see a John Deere hood, and I'll get to that, L130. The parts machine that I tore apart also had you see this steering wheel is kind of grungy. This one's much better. This is off the parts machine. the cowl is better off the parts machine. And of course the seat and the body pan off the parts machine are going on here. And that is over here. I mean, look at this thing. It's just immaculate. So, I mean, all the plastic's not even faded or nothing. So, you guys are probably asking yourself, well, why didn't you just fix the parts machine? Well, the story on the parts machine is, I guess shortly after the guy had gotten it, the hydro went out. So it's got a new hydro in it, which has obviously less than 200 hours, because the whole machine only had 223 hours on it, which is crazy low. So you figure if it had the hydro replaced, that's got under 200 on the hydro. However, at 223 hours, he blew the engine in it. So anyway, by the time I got it, it had no deck, no engine, no PTO, electric PTO, didn't have that, and some other things. Anyway, the front tires were gone. I thought it had good front tires on it. Turns out I put those on there from something else. They weren't right. So I'm going to have to figure these ones out, because these... Well, actually, this one's been holding now, so maybe that one's fine, but the other one still loses air. So I was going to fix that other parts machine up, but anyway, I couldn't find the right one to use to fix it up. You know, like I said, needed a deck, an engine, PTO, all that stuff. So anyway, I figure why not use those parts for this. I'm babbling and I'm probably not making any sense. I hope I'm making sense. Let's move on to the deck here. This is a lot of work. That's what this is. I kind of would like to take the spindles out, but you know what's going to happen, don't you? Because these go into aluminum housings and they're going to break. If not all of them, some of them will. So, and then these, I don't know, I wish I had a variable speed angle grinder. Could use this on. This thing's just full blast all the time. If you guys ever use these, make sure you use a full face shield. And these little wire pieces come flying out all the time. Twice now I've been stabbed in a region you don't want to get stabbed in with those wires. Trust me, it hurts bad. So when that's all cleaned up, I'm going to use this on it, and then I've got this to paint it, brush paint it. I don't know if you guys ever use this stuff. It's awesome. I painted my trailer with a satin black a couple years ago, and it still looks great. So I would recommend this stuff to anybody. It's good stuff, It's just been kind of a flurry of activity here in the shop. I have not had any chances to film. I've just been way too busy. Out of the whole weekend, I've probably been outside here 20 hours. I've had to work on the truck. I've had to actually mow some grass. Hang on a second. Or do I got it? Oh, I got it on me. I got the summer tires on the Cub now. The winter ones are off. I did mow with it, like I said, and the PTO seems to be good. So I think we're in the clear. What else? Oh yeah, the John Deere. It's my neighbor's, and it was not running right. So he brought this in. He's got a Cub Cadet similar to my other Cub Cadet, and I had to give that one a basic oil change, grease it up, blah blah blah. sharpen the blades, and good to go. So I brought that back to him. This one, it doesn't run right. It's just got a little mist to it, and when you engage the PTO, the engine dies. So I had a similar problem with my Cub Cadet, which basically has the same engine in it. And I had a bad coil, so I thought that was it. It's not it. Of course, I checked with a spark checker, and they both checked out, so that wasn't it. So I took compression. This side I wrote down, it was actually a little over 180, but I just put it at 180. The other side is at 190. The valves are fine, so, and then when I put a little bit of choke on it, the engine would stay running when I engage the deck, so it kind of tells me it's the carburetor. So I took the carburetor off, and guess what, guys? It's a Nike. No. Yes, it is. The dreaded Nike carburetor. So I went through it, cleaned it like a son of a gun, and to no avail. There's a little adjustment screw down that hole, if you can kind of see it right there. Doesn't matter where I put that screw, still does the same thing. So like some of you guys know, I don't even have a computer, much less do anything online, so I have no way to do it either. I usually go to brick and mortar stores. The brick and mortar store I go to all the time wanted $235 for this carburetor. I'm not doing that. So a good friend of mine, I don't really want to ask him to do stuff, but I had him go on Amazon and find me one for $58, so that's a lot better. So that should come in next weekend, and I'll hopefully film that, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah. So sorry guys, I haven't been able to film. I've just been working. So just unable to film. So I think that's it. So we'll talk to you on the next one, guys. Okay, bye.